Okay, welcome to Arydia, and this rulebook is a draft, but it has been worked on. Yeah, the final version will be much prettier, more concise, and better organized. But it doesn't really matter. What matters is how good is the rulebook content, aside from how it looks. So, I think nobody in his right mind, unless he had access to free printing, would print this out. It's not even numbered, these pages, so I should number them. But I plan to make a book. This is the rule book, and the second part is the quick start guide for Arydia. And I'm still unsure if I should back it or not, yeah, so if this is your first time playing, start with the quick start guide. Let's go over them, the actual content. What Arydia is this, how do you say, attempt from a guy who designed Xia with hexagons, some kind of narrative, chaotic game like Fallen Lands, but then in space. Also had a custom-made campaign, and he decided to make some sandbox adventure RPG kind of game with the star featuring the D20 from Xia, also starring in Arydia. Designed some fantasy animals around it, and used the Seventh Continent kind of card system to generate a persistent game world. Okay, so let's see. Exploration, progression, combat, roleplay. Roleplay has been added as a beginner-friendly layer to use voices and do the gestures of the angry guardsman or something, and then you can assign each other roleplay game points. There is the checks. Everything is a D20, as I said. You can save and load the game, party, adventure or combat, map types, X map, locations. So the how the box is designed, it has local areas. So nearby a house, you have a miniature that enters the house. Then there is some overland area where the world has been divided by hexagons. You can all see it in YouTube. So these are the map types and the game boards: hex map and locations, world map exploration, overworld travel system. A lot of these dungeon crawler games, even if they don't bypass the incentive and the lore of their world, I mean, you would have to have a very good reason to risk your life as an NPC or play a character into a dungeon with all these monsters. Plus it's dark and dank, so what these games lack is the overworld exploration. So here is a world map, and here is how you can traverse the world. And that is one of the main attractions of this kind of game. So like Zrivia and Ice Guard, Overland. Yeah, it speaks to me. So anatomy of an area, enter location, explore location, leave location, area interaction, squares, possible borders, impossible borders. Of course you have to have impossible borders. The jobs, So the characters that you select can have jobs, task, hunt, transport, and quests. So there are also quests. Player characters. So you have every character has a path, like a saga, a personal saga, I think, as you had in Shadows of Galeforth in Zarivia. I don't think you have something like that in other games. There are skills, so you roll skill checks, usually as a skill tree, learning skills, mastering skills. So everything is covered. Items, equipping items, combat, the rounds, threat tracker. So the AI system it works like it builds up threat points, and if some minimum has been reached, certain enemies trigger based on that number that was reached, and then it resets back to lower. So that gives a nice interaction between your actions versus their threat level and possible reaction. So here's the threat cards that increase monster activation. Yeah, so the 7th threat. I'm not really sure what 7th threat is. Maybe it's the maximum. So monster types, monster activation, behaviors. So we've got here monster attacks. You can also all read this in the work in progress manual, and it will be continued to improve. But I think it's already pretty good. So I mean, I can get a picture of this of the game by reading just the index. Okay, so role playing, that and Green Legacy. Yeah, so everything is persistent, but you can reset it, and that's I think what is meant by Green Legacy. Yeah, it's almost like a prerequisite nowadays to have something resettable, because of the recycle movement. So here you have a picture of the actual mini box with the cards, how big the cards are. The different color cards. This is just a prototype, of course. So here's the setup. See here the triple layer map with these hexagons. So you select a hexagon, and inside of the hexagon you zoom in, as to say, on a big map, and onto this map can be laid separate forms, so like a rectangle or a square, and they can increase the area. So we go here to the world map. Oh yeah, everything is explained. I don't need to say anything. And that's really good. So yeah, I have the big, medium, small, and long types. Just set up the starting job tags. Yeah, this is really good. But I already took a look a year ago at the work in progress rulebook, and was already pretty impressed. So yeah, exactly. It goes to 7, so there's a 7 thread thing, which we saw in the index. You have these hit dice. They represent various body parts. And some nice chests. Okay, at this point I am ready to back Arydia already, and I haven't even touched the rest. It's that good of an impression. But we just continue on. So in introduction, exploration, progression, roleplay, index system. So you your choice of the what you did it influences what the next card you draw will be. With this Seven Wonders kind of Seven Continent kind of system, an ID and a state. Not all components have a state, but for the ones that do, the index keeps 2 decks of each component. Yeah. Okay. Drawing components, banishing a card. So you can also banish a card. For example, I'm not sure what this is. Okay, so back to index, saving, loading, exploration, map types, game points. So I can imagine how a professional rulebook eventually would look like. There was a lot of work done concerning the balance of the heroes because they have to grow. So you need to stay a little bit in balance, and I think yeah, I don't have a red flag anywhere here. Yeah, for sure I'm going to back this. So that explains all the icons and how they are pointers to areas. Here are some pictures from prototype. So it's a job board. What didn't help the game was that all these paid reviewers were showing off the rats in dungeon quest. So my idea was that there would be only rats, and more rats, and then you can have a great system. But if your monsters only are rats, that will not help replaying. So you can level up. I'm going to make a book of this. Very nice. And the skill tree. And we are at the end of the video, so bye for now.